Is it just me, or does it feel like Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks sold their souls to win the NBA championship 5 years ago like some rappers? I made this video 2 years ago saying how their championship was one of the fakest in NBA history, and I was met with a lot of criticism, but I really want to get into it being that 5 years passed. So let's go right into Giannis's first season. They missed the playoffs in 2013-2014. Lost in the first round in 6 games to the Bulls. No shame in that. Giannis's second year in the league. In his third year in the league, they missed the playoffs entirely. Fourth year in the league, 2016-2017, lost to the Raptors in 6 games. 2017-2018 went to 7 games with the Celtics. 2018-19, they beat the Pistons, but then went all the way to the conference finals, won 2 playoff series, and then lost 4 straight games to the soon-to-be champions Toronto Raptors. Then in 19-20, they beat the Magic in 5 games, then lost to the Miami Heat in 5 games. Then fast forward to the next playoffs, they beat the Miami Heat in the first round, faced the Brooklyn Nets in the second round, back when the Nets were the Nets. And I don't care what you say, but Giannis turned into Zaza Pachulia as he purposely injured Kyrie Irving. They lost the first game by like 20, second game by 40. Barely won the third game, got lucky in that game 3, and then had to purposely injure Kyrie Irving to win this series. And you could say this is where they made the deal with the basketball devil to win this championship that I'm going to talk about in a second. But look, the video don't lie, numbers don't lie. You don't box out a shooter when he's up in the air. Giannis literally knew what he was doing, injured Kyrie Irving. He zaza'd him, and that was it for that series. The Nets were the prohibited favorite to win that NBA championship that season. Not just with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, but when you add James Harden into the mix, and Harden was hurt throughout that playoff series. He injured his hamstring in Game 1. Kevin Durant had that historic Game 5. Game 6, the Bucks managed to win mainly because it was Kevin Durant by himself. Harden came back in Game 7, and then we all know what happened after that, a toenail within the three-point line. But the basketball devil kind of rescinded the deal in the next round as the Bucks went on to face the Atlanta Hawks in the conference finals, as Giannis got hurt and was saying that he might not come back for that series, but gutted it out, and the Bucks ended up winning that series in 6 games. Giannis said about that injury, "I still feel it. I think I'm going to feel it until I die." Basically, redid that deal with the devil so he could come back, win that series against the Hawks, and they could go on and play in the NBA Finals. In the NBA Finals, they faced the Phoenix Suns, who were rather the dark horse in the West. They went 8-0 in the bubble the year prior, but this was the series that Giannis truly made his stamp as one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world at that time. This series was as crazy as the Shannon Sharpe sex tape, and you have the Suns winning the first 2 games, looking like it would be a sweep, only for the Bucks to win 4 straight to win this title. And in Game 6, Giannis played hard. He had one of the best games only because of the referees. You would barely touch Giannis and they'd send him to the free throw line. 16 of 17 free throws for that game for Giannis to go out and win Finals MVP. The Suns looked like they were rattled. They didn't know how to stop him. Their coaches were as dumb as my high school coaches. Why not build a wall like Miami did? Why not build a wall like Toronto did? And then you go out here and give Giannis whatever he wants down in the post. It was literally a recipe for disaster, and the Suns weren't going to win no matter what. But the defining moment for Giannis throughout this entire finals was when he had this dunk. This dunk, although it happened in Game 5, it won the Bucks that series because we've never seen anything like it to close out the game and won. I mean, hey, you had to give it to him. The deal was done. The deed was done. The Milwaukee Bucks got it done for the first time in 50 years, literally since Kareem won them their title back when the 70s was booming. Every player in the last 50 years to score 50-plus points in the NBA Finals: Michael Jordan in 1993, LeBron James in 2018, and Giannis Antetokounmpo in 2021. The mean streets of Milwaukee, the most boring place in the United States of America, one of the most boring places in the United States of America, finally got their championship. But after that, that's when the basketball devil came to collect, and it was literally all downhill since they won that title. And it's quite shocking, to be honest. They got bounced out of the second round by the Celtics. The Celtics went on to the Eastern Conference Finals that year. Okay, no biggie, championship hangover. Then in 22-23, the Miami Heat shocked the world as they were the 8th seed. The Bucks were the number 1 seed, and the Heat beat them in 5 games, even though Giannis was hurt. that summer, they go and get freak time. They get Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo. People were saying they were going to go back to the finals, but that was surely mistaken. You also fire your coach, Adrian Griffin, when you were 30-13, only to hire the most overrated coach of all time in Doc Rivers. He is as overrated as Hey Dudes. He is as overrated as Squid Games. He is as overrated as TikTok. No, I'm just playing. But then they go and lose their next two playoff series in 23 and 24 and 2024 and 2025 to the Indiana Pacers, and the Pacers are exactly who we thought they were. Then you had Giannis after a few playoff losses and the basketball devil coming to collect. He was frustrated in which the teams were heading because it was already so much time that has passed since that championship was won.
I just asked Bud the exact same question, but I'm curious for you. Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. You know, and if you've never, I don't want to make it personal. So there's always steps to it. You know, Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure. That's what you're telling me. I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why are you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. You know, there's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year somebody else gonna win. Simple as that. We're gonna come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with play bad basketball. You know, and hopefully we can win a championship. So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures? No, it was not. It was steps to it, you know, and we were able to win one, hopefully we can win another one. You know, sorry that I didn't want to make it personal, because you asked me the same question last year, and last year I was in the right mind space to answer the question back, but I remember it.
And if we're going to be all the way 100 like I am on this channel, like I am 0 to 100 real quick, 15 years ago, Dirk Nowitzki, you could make the legitimate argument that his ring is way more legitimate than Giannis's ever will be. He defeated the Portland Trailblazers in the first round. At the time, they were a good ball club. Then you go and sweep the back-to-back champions. Then you go and defeat the Big Three Thunder when they would be in the finals next year. Oh, and by the way, then you go and beat the Miami Heatles, where LeBron said not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dirk said to infinity and my foot. We're going to put BTA. Y'all going to get 2 games, but I'm still going to go out there and get the bloodiest ring of all time. Giannis beat the Heat coming after the finals, literally after a 3-month layoff in the season. Then you have Dirk. It's not even comparable. You beat the Heat when the Heat were just in the finals 3 months before the season started, 2 months before the season even started in 2020, 2021. Then you defeat the Brooklyn Nets when you literally have to injure them on purpose to win that series. Then you beat the Atlanta Hawks, who only have Trae Young. They didn't have any other comparable players on that team that can match Milwaukee. Then you beat the Phoenix Suns, who were poorly coached, literally as terrible as my high school coaches. I'm sorry, but that is such an illegitimate ring. It is the flukiest ring of the decade by far, and I think the Warriors have a pretty fluky ring, but that's a different video for a different day. Then you had rumors last year coming from Miles Turner saying how Giannis was basically late to every team flight, how he was on his time, showing absolute disinterest and not being brought into the team, and how basically Giannis was doing everything in his power to get out. And then you have, from a source close to the process, on the Bucks trading Giannis, things got really yucky at the end. And that led to basically Giannis being frustrated to where the team was headed, early first-round exits to the Pacers in both years, not doing everything in their power to win, getting the right pieces, finding the right guys that will mesh well with the team, especially after the Damian Lillard trade didn't work out. Giannis was being over frustrated with the franchise, and it was also a weird situation because he's wanting to stay his whole career in Milwaukee. He said, if I'm going to leave, it's going to be up to my wife. It's not going to be up to me. He didn't want to have the pressure that KD had. He didn't want to have the pressure that LeBron had when they left their teams to go out and be on a new team himself. But those trade talks were like hot gossip at a nail salon, and Giannis was officially on the market. They wanted to do Giannis for Jaylen Brown. They were working out a deal, but Boston did not want to do that. They instead wanted to have somebody else. So where did Giannis go? He went to the Miami Heat, which is an absolute shocker, being that the Heat had to give up their whole entire team basically to get Giannis. And now he's stuck there with Bam, and that's it. Everybody on the Milwaukee Bucks team is no longer there. Giannis obviously not. PJ Tucker retired. Brooke Lopez, who knows where he went. Bryn Forbes, I think he's in prison now. Pat Connaughton gone. Chris Middleton left about a few years ago. Drew Holiday left after the 22-23 season, went on to win a championship with the Celtics. When people think that a team wins the championship, they think dynasty every year. And many people thought that with this team because nobody saw them defeating them. But Giannis's ego got in the way, so much so that it forced him to leave. It forced him to find happiness somewhere else. And honestly, I don't think he's going to do that good in Miami. After what I just showed you, I think is pretty evident. The Milwaukee Bucks did sell their soul to the basketball devil to win that championship, because after everything that unfolded, even with the Doc Rivers firing, they have not found that level of success that they once reached in 2021. They haven't even went back to the conference finals, and this is proof of it, especially with the whole team being blown up. I don't even see how they could even rekindle any sort of greatness like this is a Disney film. But hey, we've seen crazier things. Many people think Milwaukee is a dark horse of the East. I don't think they're going to do shit this year. And Giannis, hey, he got what he wanted, and he has the love, he has the admiration, but it was all fake. It was the flukiest championship of the 2020 decade.